What if everything we've been told about autoimmunity is wrong? I'm Elizabeth Yarnell. After awakening partially blind one morning in 1999, a doctor told me my multiple sclerosis would put me in a wheelchair within 10 years. I refused to accept that as the end of the story, so I started investigating. Welcome to the Inflammation Investigator, the podcast that uncovers the inflammation lurking underneath your ailments. Because autoimmune and chronic conditions should not be viewed as death knells when they are actually alarm bells. I'm a traditional naturopath and founder of the Inflammation Academy. And in 2 episodes every week, we dig into what conventional medicine might be missing. If you're living with chronic or unexplained symptoms, this investigation is for you. Your body has been trying to tell you something. Let's start listening.
In the last episode, I shared with you the story of my son and how changing his diet radically changed his life. Today, we're going to talk about how foods are the sum of their ingredients. Don't forget, I will be reading. Working within my son's limitations to come up with safer interpretations of tantalizing foods for a kid with a restless and adventurous palate forced me to stretch and experiment with ingredients and techniques. Somewhere along the way, as a society, we've lost track of the concept that foods are made up of individual ingredients. Awareness of ingredients is not intuitive in modern societies dominated by packaged goods. Right now, I challenge you, yes, you, who's listening to this podcast, to itemize every single ingredient in every single dish you've eaten at every meal or snack over the last 4 days. Okay, that's hard. And you'll need to have the labels from any packaged goods you've eaten and the ingredients lists from any restaurants you've patronized in order to really know every single ingredient in every single food, drink, gum, candy, toothpaste, mouthwash, etc. that's passed between your lips in the last 96 hours. So let's try an exercise together. Let's just start very slowly with a partial list of ingredients that you might ingest in a sample breakfast at home or on the road of coffee, a store-bought oat bran muffin, a banana, and a container of strawberry yogurt. This may seem to be a healthy breakfast, but if we view it through the tenets of pure foodism, is it an anti-inflammatory breakfast? Let's break down this meal into individual ingredients to see which could trigger inflammation. 1. Hazelnut-flavored coffee with half and half and Splenda contains coffee, artificial hazelnut flavor, naturally occurring caffeine, pesticides if not organic, non-organic cow's milk, dairy with possible trace antigens of growth hormones and what the dairy cow ate, such as genetically modified corn or soy, and sucralose, a synthetic sweetener derived from corn, probably GMO corn. 2. The label on a store-bought Chef Pierre individually wrapped blueberry muffin details the ingredients of enriched bleached flour, wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, water, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, blueberries, eggs, vegetable oil, soybean, canola, maltodextrin, glycerin, and then this lovely little part that you'll see on lots of ingredient labels that says contains 2% or less of corn syrup, modified cornstarch, leavening, baking soda, sodium aluminum phosphate, monocalcium phosphate, salt, potassium sorbate, a preservative, cornstarch, corn cereal, dactylic oleic, magic acid, mono and diglycerides, gums, xanthan cellulose, sodium steroid, lactate, cottonseed fiber, natural and artificial flavors, dried blueberries, enzyme, colored with red 40, blue 2, green 3, blue 1, and mixed tocopherols. Whew, that is a long list of ingredients. So let's pick this list apart and see what the words really mean and decide if we should be eating each ingredient or not. While there are many items on this list that may be inflammatory for some but fine for others, i.e. wheat, blueberries, and eggs, the ones that inspired me to put this muffin back on the shelf, are found in maltodextrin, a highly processed corn derivative additive used as a sweetener, thickener, and preservative, as well as the phrase natural and artificial flavors, another misleading loophole phrase that encompasses more secret chemicals that may be reactive for sensitive people. Of course, the 4 food dyes and colors present a problem, not to mention cottonseed fiber in a muffin. Furthermore, the sodium steroid comes from petroleum, and many of my clients are extremely sensitive to the chemical preservative potassium sorbate. Whew, let's go on to the next item in this hypothetical breakfast, the banana. Unless you're sensitive to it, there's nothing wrong with this whole food. Number 4, the ingredients label on a strawberry yogurt reads, cultured grade A low-fat milk, sugar, strawberries, modified food starch, water, contains 1% or less of kosher gelatin, cornstarch, carmine for color, pectin, natural flavor, vitamin A acetate, vitamin D3. Potential inflammatory triggers beyond the pure ingredients of milk, sugar, and strawberries in this yogurt include modified food starch, a starch derivative used in processed foods to thicken, emulsify, bulk, and gel. Carmine, a food dye made from ground insects, and of course, that concealing phrase of natural flavor. We're not even to lunch yet, and yet we've already ingested natural and artificial flavors, pesticides, natural and artificial sweeteners, heavy metals, chemical additives and preservatives, petroleum products, and non-nutritive fillers. Not to mention corn derivatives, dairy derivatives, whey, and some unknown chemical mixture called spice, which might be non-reactive for you, but we just don't know because they don't tell us what it actually is. Like we saw in Nancy's story in a previous episode, many people are reactive to commonly used preservatives such as potassium sorbate. Whew, that is around 50 separate ingredients or chemicals just for breakfast. What about if you picked up some fast food for lunch? While we may assume that a food choice as seemingly elemental and innocent as French fries would be a safe choice of obvious ingredients of peeled potatoes, sliced and fried in oil, yet when it comes to many common fast food chains, we would be mistaken. Large fast food chains work with professional food scientists to develop and process menu items to meet goals of uniformity in taste, size, appearance, and stability from spoilage. They also want their foods to be addictive so that we want to eat more of it more often, and they employ lots of non-nutritive and synthetic added ingredients to achieve these ends. As a result, those French fries may not even be vegetarian. According to a comprehensive report by the Huffington Post, we learned the fries at Burger King contain 13 ingredients. The fries at Wendy's contain 14 ingredients, and the fries at Carl's Jr. Hardee's contain 23 ingredients. Even McDonald's French fries contain more than 19 different ingredients. Let's examine this list and see what it means. Potatoes, vegetable oil, canola oil, soybean oil, hydrogenated soybean oil, natural beef flavor, wheat and milk derivatives, citric acid, which is a preservative, dextrose, sodium acid, pyrophosphate to maintain color, and salt. Prepared in vegetable oil, canola oil, corn oil, soybean oil, hydrogenated soybean oil with TBHQ and citric acid added to preserve freshness. I'm not even going to be able to say this name. Dimethylpolysiloxane added as an anti-foaming agent. Whew, that is a lot of ingredients to unpack, with more to discuss than I have room for here. But suffice to say that this list includes a plethora of objectionable ingredients, including trans fats, added flavor, artificial sweetener, and Aspergillus niger, a black mold, which is a common source of the preservative citric acid. For a more in-depth discussion of ingredients like these, please see my book, Pure Foodism, at purefoodismdiet.com. It will be coming out in the future. If you are searching for a cleaner French fry to enjoy, here's a hint. You'll have better luck finding fries made from whole potatoes fried in oil with just salt added at the smaller chains, such as In-N-Out, Five Guys, or Good Times Burgers and frozen custard. Though you might want to ask if they fry in peanut oil or add seasoning salts containing the mysterious added flavor of spice. As we've discussed, sometimes just a few molecules of a substance is enough to trigger an inflammatory reaction. I won't bother to outline the rest of the menu in a hypothetical day, but you get the idea of not only how many ingredients you may ingest every day, but also of the hidden additives and preservatives lurking in our food supply. How many ingredients can you count in the foods you've eaten today? What about yesterday? The day before yesterday? A helpful resource for learning about ingredients is fooducate.com. If our disease management goal is to reduce the variables we're exposed to in order to clearly identify the triggers, which it is, it's clear how difficult this can become to accomplish without professional guidance and the right information resources. We will talk more about this in the next episode. I will see you then.
And that's another case filed on the Inflammation Investigator. Remember, every symptom is your body's way of communicating. We just need to learn the language. If today's episode sparked something for you, I want to hear about it. Share your own investigation discoveries with me on social media at Elizabeth Yarnell, or find me at elizabethyarnell.com. Your experience could be exactly what another listener needs to hear. And make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an episode. And here's the thing about investigations. They work best when you're not going it alone. If this podcast is helping you uncover the answers you've been searching for, please like, rate, subscribe, and review, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. As a new podcast, these actions mean more than you know. Want to dive deeper into your own inflammation investigation? Head over to inflammationinvestigator.com, where you can take my free inflammation quiz to uncover which hidden triggers might be affecting your health. Until next time, this is Elizabeth Yarnell, your inflammation investigator, reminding you that the solutions to your health issues are out there. Let's find them together.